Konnichiwa, fellow Armchair General Samas. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4, playing as Japan. Oh, of course, we're also playing with Black Ice. Now, I've been back and forth in my mind a bit on whether we should dismantle our faction, and I did. I wasn't sure, but we were definitely able to maintain our two puppets, integrated puppets at current status, because I think eventually I do want to be in the faction of the Axis. Now, I can't join the Axis until we get asked to join, until we get to 100% world tension. We're at 9%, so that isn't going to help us much there. But what I'm sort of kind of hoping for is when we are able to join, and we join, is for the tech sharing benefits that may be able to happen. So that's sort of what I'm looking for with that. Obviously, like the Soviet Union and its Comintern faction can make moves, shall we say, that support the Allies. Or, of course, obviously can make moves that don't support the Allies. But they can be their own faction and still work in concert. And since we really can't tell the AI what to do, it isn't going to affect us too much. But so I thought that would be a so we could continue as our own faction and be good allies for Germany. But I think the tech sharing benefits that may help, may be something good. So that's sort of why I've done that, and a little bit to be historical. But like I say, you could do it on its own. So we are getting ready to go to war with China here. Didn't say we were ready to, but we're getting there. Okay, free. And I went in and I know a few of you, maybe a bunch of you, but at least a few of you want to see me do some of the off-camera stuff. But I spent about an hour tinkering with production here before starting this episode. And I may still tinker with it some more, but it would have been boring. Not enough of you would be interested in, and I didn't feel like trying to talk my way through it. But just, I've got a few medium bombers in production and adjusted a few other stuff, and that. Okay, well, now, so we have some free shipyards. Looking at the Soryu class. Let's put into production some more heavy cruisers. Get those going. Won't be a lot, but would be useful. Yeah. Okay, we still we're over importing steel. Well, let's end that. I guess I'd rather have the civilian factory working for me. Okay, Grand Assault. Good. Okay. What I wanted to do, just really haven't, is upgrade some of my ship classes here. You're sort of out of date with them. I know the core fundamental element of Hearts of Iron is decision making, so that they're very much trying to force on you to make decisions in this. You can't have it all. But what I do think is important, whether it's Black Ice or standard Hearts of Iron, is that you should be able to match historical research levels. So you should be able to go through and have all of the Japanese ships researched at the historical dates. Now, I'm not sure that when they say a 39 tech, does that mean that that's when that ship started to be researched or started into production, or what? And they may go, oh well, it started, you know, laid down the keel in 39, or well, no, laid down the keel in 40, but the research started in 39, or just how they're balancing it out. But you should be able to make all the balances through. Now, some of these things, like uniform workshops that we just researched here, they may figure, oh, the Japanese had sucky uniforms, so they shouldn't do any of that to meet historical research points. Now, I did just upgrade my production on fighters from it, partially because of all this, because going through and looking at some of the stuff. And of course, maybe I should have, but we're getting ready for the war in China, and I wasn't sure, but we're going to start producing these guys now. As I said before, the reason I kept making outdated fighters was just because of sort of the war in China, and I wanted a certain amount of volume to be ready. Colors are too close to each other. Okay. A certain amount of volume of production, so wanted to do that now. Because China obviously does not have there we go, we want to do that. It does not, like I say, have a large quality of, or number of quality aircraft, so just sheer volume is useful. Now, okay, these guys here, so let's send them up there.
Okay.
Them up there. Okay. Oh, well, it's too many. I think it may be that it's no divisions. Oh, we're trying to assign too many divisions to the. We can currently do open time, that's it. Four should be enough to get ashore. Okay, we're also see if we have a. Okay, yeah, we've still got those two balloons. I wanted to do that. There we go. As you can see, I want to do a naval landing along here, and start down here. This will hopefully distract China from just simply massing. Okay, submarine guard level 2 reached. Great. Massing all their army up here, trying to hold in their fortified provinces and make it a big stalemate. Okay, expand the Kobe works. Great. We wanted to do that. Now we need to, because we want to get to the Chinese border incident and all with China. Let's reinforce there. And like I was saying earlier, maybe I'm doing too much of the production focus for some of the let's expand that. Let's add some destroyers. That is over the historical levels, meaning I may be trying to do what the US does or could do in there. We're having a bit of a bottleneck with infantry guns right now in some of those units. And that is one of the things we did was expand my infantry gun production here, so that we're producing almost 3 a day. We're still obviously not very efficient. Okay, excavations level 2. So that's 13% resource efficiency gain. Medium bomber, that would be nice. Light bomber. I think we're going to go with the medium bomber here. Get a bit more range out of operations. Some of these air zones are just way too effing big in my opinion. Yeah. What are you doing here? Nice. Okay. Not as bad as, you know, Africa or something where just completely too big, but they, you know, get a bit big. And also to sort of show you, I've been producing some air bases. Got one there, got another one over here to support things, as well as, of course, we are going to be building some radar stations here. And we completed production, what, on the battleship? Okay. Yeah, let's build small craft for now. And we'll flush out that submarine. When we get some better models, we may build some more heavier stuff. Now, of course, we are starting the war late. It was, what, Marco Polo Bridge incident was, what, middle of 37, I think. But that's alright. We don't have to follow the exact plan. Part of course, my reluctance to follow the plan is simply, you know, going down the national focus chain. I get the idea of national focus. You're focusing the nation, so you only have one of them going. But I would make a few of these. I don't know. Definitely, you don't want to give away, you know, everything in one day. But I don't know if some of the stuff should be more events with maybe a very limited duration of a national focus just to finally trigger something. Because I don't want to, just giving you ideas as a modder, I don't want to force the Japanese, because they're the ones that, to a large extent, orchestrated the Marco Polo Bridge incident. Not saying that there wasn't, you know, Chinese sort of shooting at the Japanese as well too, but trust me, the Japanese were being very provocative, so they were driving the incident. They're very, you know, and I don't right now don't remember the details. There very well may have been a, you know, we should be running the clock. Thought we were. There should be a, or I mean, there could very well could be a local Chinese group that does just fire upon some Japanese that then springs up a larger event. But leading up to that, you obviously have to have the Japanese being provocative. So I want to do, well, yeah, lots of stuff I want to do, of course, but let's go with this. Okay, border skirmish, Japanese victory. The Russians and the Mongolian lapdogs protected the buildup of our troops. Okay. I like the idea that the Black Ice has put in a placeholder image, but it just, the colors just so clash with everything else on the screen. I don't like the colors. China declared war on the Kingdom of Meijing. Okay, this is what happened last time when I played this. So, and this works out well. I'm pretty sure it was not the same day as this happened last time. This is a an effect of, I guess, doing the border and the national focus. So it happened just now after the national focus last time. If it's this late, meaning I think if we did it this earlier, they would maybe be able to do this. Okay, now. We are at war with them. They are with us, or whatever. But we're not at war with these guys, at least not currently. At war with them, which is good for us. Okay, now. All these guys up here, army fighters, if there's any bombers or fighters, go after them. Those are support type operations for all of those. We have some air power here. Okay, we're gonna go up over You know. Suits. Let's see if we can move a few of these guys forward. We'll do some of the more short range. Forward. Okay, our naval bombers, I did put some of these guys out here to go after. Well, no, we just want to do naval strikes. Our naval bombers concentrate their effort there. Okay, our non-carrier base. The air zone of Taiwan is the same. Menza? I don't know Chinese. Air zone, so just by putting them up there, we're getting coverage over to the coast as well. You're in focus, you're after there. Okay, you're going to search and destroy here. Okay. You are going to search and destroy here. I hope this is interesting to you all. I'm still... Oh... I think I wanted to... Well, never mind. I'm missing... Okay. Convoy right up there. There's squadron here. Okay, this. I want you to convoy right there. I want you just to move out here. By moving these guys out off this coastline, they will do some shore bombardment. I don't know how effective the lighter vessels will be on shore bombardment, but that's what they will do. Okay. And you, I just went out patrolling just in case there's any sort of Chinese or Allied type forces out there. Here. I thought I moved them down there, but I guess maybe I didn't I? Have they? Maybe I sent them. No. No. That's the 3 carrier group. I had a 2 carrier, I don't know if I'm just scrolling past it here. Thought I had a 2 carrier with some destroyer group. What was that? Well, I don't think I destroyed them or disbanded them. What did I do with those guys? You guys, I want to control the yellows. Who's there? Well, whenever I just hit combine, this loses the cool name. Okay, there we go. That worked better. That's a submarine. No, I don't want submarine. Japanese did use submarines as fleet assets. Now, what I want you to do is to go right to there. I want you to be ready for shore bombardment as well. Still don't know what happened to the 2 carrier group. Thought I sent it down here. Nagasaki. Okay, what air? Let's lock this standby. Stay on standby. There we go. And a few more fighters to the front there. Maybe let's go back to army view here. Okay. Well, since I think these guys are going to stay at peace, let's move you down here. You down here. Tangent or Tinsen. There's a lot of militia divisions. I don't know how well they're going to fight. I don't think well, but they've been entrenched. pretty soon we'll be able to change some of our stances. Let's build convoys while we're at it here. Like I say, when we get some more research done, I want to put some longer term production, but with better ships. You into operation there. Cancel your points. I don't like that. You, your operation, operation. Okay, so now we have Manchukuo in the war as well. These are outdated, so, and since we have a good store of them, we'll be producing newer equipment. I want more naval bombers. We also need to slow this way down. All of you up over here. Somebody's trying to go after our something in the transports. Okay, we need more ships in that part of the world. Still don't know what I wanted to send those. I think that's these guys here. Let's quickly put in a. No, I need a sub commander. Carriers as well. Okay, their navy's operating there. Now. Let's also kill that. I want to cut this peninsula off as quickly as possible. Oh, basic submarine factories. Okay, and kill that. I don't want it making its own decisions what to do. Now, the rest of you guys, get on ships and go over. Reinforce. Well, they've pushed us back here, as you can see. partially because I was playing too fast speed. Them off. Since you're doing well enough, one of you goes here. Just get the territory occupied. Do some better machine guns. We're not gonna really be able to outdo well, don't know how well it's set up. Quantity, we might be able to outdo quantity of production, that's for sure, from China, but we can't outdo manpower, at least we shouldn't be able to. So we're trying to get minor advances around on them. Use support there. Right now that we've got that fully occupied. Okay, we're gonna pause this here. Alright, I'm back. That was just the phone. And that sort of brings up an interesting topic. How do I put this? There are, by a degree of 10 or more, people interested in my modding career as, you know, Third Reich Events over my YouTube career, if it's really a career, it isn't, but hobby at the moment. And I understand a lot of my friends who play my mod just don't have the interest or the time to spend a lot of time watching YouTube. I don't either. Okay, I do watch once in a while. I will get into like a Benjamin Magnus. He was Hegemony 3, I think it was, series, and I watched that, and I check in with a lot of the different ones and watch an episode here or there. Been watching some of the stuff put out by Matrix Games and Slitherine. I don't know, they merged. I don't know whether they're two different locations that are owned by the same company, or really they're just everybody in one building producing under two different labels. I don't quite know how that works, but some of their stuff. So I watch other YouTube, but I don't really get into and have the time to watch a lot of other stuff. So I totally get the people that like a lot of what I do, but just don't have the time to do it and still do their really main hobby of playing the game. So I totally get that. One of my major difficulties with this channel is uploading. My DSL, it sucks. It's always sucked. The phone call was from the company. If things go well, I'm scheduled to have Fios, a fiber optics connection to my home, installed tomorrow as I'm recording this. So that would probably be today as you're seeing this. Gives you an idea. We'll see how this goes. This has been a long, hard road to get here, and I mean years to get this here. It's been in my city for a long time, but to get it to my location, and basically they didn't want to put it in here, but unnecessary detail and more than that. But so I'm getting that now because the anticipation of this, I went through and set up my computer to be able to do live streams on Twitch. And I did a live stream of some Hearts of Iron, not that anybody noticed, and it had about a, what was it, 98% frame drop, because my upload is what the download is slow for DSL, but the upload is incredibly slow where I am. So uploading is would just suck and is of no use to anybody to try to watch a live stream that I'm doing. So if I can get this in, excuse me, I do plan on doing some live streaming because I would love to grow the channel. Quite honestly, I don't know how to grow it any better or faster than I'm doing it. I know I theoretically could spend money for advertisement to get people to come and check out the channel. The question is well, I really don't have the money to just go and spend on it. Not that you have to spend a lot, but what you get back from it, I don't know that it's really worth it all. And I'm competing against people who and it's not like better than me or anything, and some of them most assuredly are better than me. I try to be different with the more historical content and other viewpoint content than they do. So it's not like just better, but it's a lot of them, they have staff. I don't know that it's as well known in some cases. Now a lot of the mildly big YouTubers, I'm not talking like PewDiePie or somebody super big, but a lot of the gamers don't really have that much staff. But you know, some shows that look like it's one person in front of a camera talking to their computer screen. Philip DeFranco, just to mention that name. Well, if you look at some of the behind the scenes stuff, he's been for however long. You know, now he's a multi-million subscriber base on YouTube. He has like 10 people supporting his what had been like a 3-day-a-week 30-minute episode, now really nicely edited down episode of TV. So obviously I'm competing against that. Obviously, if you're looking for Hearts of Iron content, you're not looking at his sort of talk show, but it's competing for your time, for everybody's time. Obviously I'm competing against television. I'm competing against any, shall we say, non-interactive media. So if you're watching traditional television, whether it's news or sitcoms or you know, the modern day variety shows of Britain's Got Talent or whatever, you know, obviously I'm competing against that. I'm competing against literally anything on YouTube. Watch your favorite funny cat videos. I've seen a few really good ones, but you know, obviously I'm competing against those. I'm competing against people like Benjamin Magnus, who does a really good job in this, or Aruba or Quill18, so that you can spend your time with them or with me. So yes, it's a David and Goliath kind of situation, most assuredly. And this is not a pity me, because my God, I've got 1,000+ subscribers, and I'm shocked and surprised by that. I really, quite honestly, am, and feel very privileged to have those. But those don't sustain any sort of income for what I'm doing, and I really, as I think you can tell, enjoy doing this. But this, when I'm making these videos, obviously, when I'm compressing the videos, which takes about as much time as it does to make them, ties up my computer. I can't do other things. When I'm uploading now, normally I can upload when I'm asleep or at work, so that isn't that big of a problem, but it is an issue sometimes, because if I'm making this video, that tonight, the night that I'm making the video, I do have this episode ready to go. I'm making the next episode now, coming up. So yes, I'll be sleeping sometime between now and then and be able to upload this. But if I wasn't, I would have to tie my computer up for for just a 30-minute episode, easily 3 hours of uploading time. And that basically shuts down most everything else I'm doing on the computer. And ties up my internet connection and all of that stuff. So if I get this BIOS, I'll get incredibly better uploads. Nobody commented when I went from, I think I'm doing this at 16 frames a second. Right at about 30 frames a second is sort of traditional optimum television. Traditional meaning before super high def, yeah, HD4 or whatever. I don't know what those frame rates are. So, and a few people have noticed the slower frame rates when I do some of the live action stuff like War Thunder. I went up to about like 26 frames a second for about 6 or 7 episodes. Nobody for any of the Hearts of Iron 4 content commented on it, and I sort of did it to see if anybody would notice. But it brings up the, doesn't quite double it, but about half again as much, about 50% more size, even after running it through compression to upload it. So, and I know my microphone isn't the best quality, just that would be another investment. So quality is definitely an issue, but I haven't, not since the very first days when my sound was terrible and everything was really terrible and I was learning it, and I really definitely wanted the feedback that, hey, this isn't very good. So, and I definitely want, feedback if the reason you're not watching an episode is because the sound is too bad, or the video just doesn't look good to you or whatever like that. So haven't been getting much of those recently. Not that people wouldn't notice that it, or couldn't notice that it being better sound or being, but my point is that I don't think people are not subscribing just because of that. At least that's not, or not staying around because of that. That's at least not the feedback. And I hope if something I'm, hey, I love everything, but X is why I'm leaving, I would love to hear that. Doesn't mean I'm always going to change it. A few of you, now I know we've paused this because I'm sort of talking, and this episode is over for gameplay if you want to leave. And that's fine. A few of you have talked about that you like my political commentary, but you need to have the game flow more, and there's definitely a balance issue there, and I totally get that, and I do want that continued feedback. But I'm not going to quit my historical commentary, or I'm not going to quit my periodic modern-day political analysis that relates to historical political situations. I think that's part of what makes me a little different. But definitely the feedback on the balance of how much that is not just valid, but something I really want to have happen. So, I'm not going to completely change the character of the channel, but some improvements here and there over time. So if I knew how to grow the channel better, if I could get a bigger audience, I would love that to be able to sustain this more. I am going to contact, I just sort of, other things going on, this is why I haven't yet, but contact Matrix Games to get see about getting some more Matrix games to play, and this would be a good opportunity. And a few of you, the War in the East has been definitely commented on. Another one, Strategic Command has been another one that's been commented on. But if you have another suggestion, put it below. I would love to hear it. I don't want to just ask for their complete catalog or something and never get to their games. They do a bunch of other periods. That they have a new game coming out on the English Civil War that sort of looks cool. And so if you have other periods, You know, I know a lot about some other periods too. If you want to do that. Another game that none of you, I don't think, have commented on that I sort of would like to do, but I don't know if enough people would want to watch, is their version of Steel Panthers, which is a top-down tank and squad level World War II game that's really good. I played older versions of it. I don't have the current version. Now, they have one channel for Matrix and one channel for Slitherine games. And I go in and look at their stuff, and even though one of their channels has over 2,000 subscribers, I'm still getting more views for my Hearts of Iron episodes than they're getting. So it would be good publicity compared to what they're getting from their own channel. Now, obviously, somebody like Paradox gets, what is it, 10 times, 100 times more views for their stuff on YouTube than me. So I'm a blip of nothing for them. Now, I haven't done the latest U.S. Marine Corps series for their Order of Battle World War II game. I haven't done a listing on Matrix's or Slytherine's forum for that series, but none of those series have been a really big draw, and sort of gets back to the point that if there isn't enough viewers, I just sort of can't spend the time. Now, BIOS will help that be less of a problem, for sure. But I can't spend the time doing big, long, complete series with 20 or 30 people watching per episode. We're on a hiatus from it, and we're going to come back for Baldur's Gate if any of you watch that. That's just sort of a personal commitment that I want to complete. But I can't continue series like that. But what I can do, and what I do want to do, is make short series of like those, like The War in the East, Strategic Command, or some of those other games. Make, 5 episodes, 10 episodes, whatever, make short series, and put those up there as a useful tool for you, so you can examine those games to see if there's something interesting that you want to play. You obviously would get my feedback on them, get my viewpoints of them, comparing and contrast to Hearts of Iron for like Strategic Command, and that, so that would be useful for you, useful for the company to, why would they give me the free game, is because it would show it off. So I definitely want to make over time a bunch of episodes that are that show off these different games. I don't know if we'll ever get to the point of making longer term, ongoing, continuing series out of them. I would love that, but we just have to get the player base up. So if you guys know of a forum to post in that you think I should post in, if you know of some sort of cooperative thing. Now, I've tried to play, also mentioning the BIOS, a couple of times with a few people, tried to play multiplayer Hearts of Iron, and I think it was mainly because of my connection. It just would not play effectively. It was just way super slow. So one of the ways to, and I have been asked at times by a few other smaller YouTubers to make some cooperative games, whether or competitive, but cooperative videos, but whether we were fighting each other or fighting on the same side. And I sort of begged off of those, mainly because my terrible internet connections, so that it just was not an effective thing to do. And that would help grow the channel if I can, the bigger the YouTuber who plays something like this, if I could get in and make a stream that is part of his, but you could, you see the game from his angle, other people would probably from that channel would want to, after watching that episode, switch over to my episode of me playing against him, just to compare and contrast, you know, the different sides of the war. Something like that could really help grow the channel. And the reason I haven't done it is, again, back to the BIOS, or lack thereof, of a good internet connection. So if I can make this thing go, I really want to do it, but I also really want to do the modding, which takes up other time. And so it's all sort of competing stuff. Just sort of wanted to let you know some behind the scenes of sort of what's been going on. This isn't, oh, feel sorry for me there, or this isn't, oh, I'm about ready to close down the channel. Neither thing is happening. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very pleased that we have the number of people that we do. It's just how much of a I don't know if you want to call it a business, a career, a job, a commitment, if you will, to produce daily episodes that I want to, and I want to keep going on it, but it's just always that sort of balance thing, versus, because I haven't modded in a week. I haven't done any of the stuff that I should be doing in roughly a week, because of other things going on as well. But where's the balance? You know, do I, you know, let a few episodes here slip to keep the modding going that may turn into something more than a mod? That's about the most I'm going to say on that. But there's that aspect. Or do I keep up the, you know, do I, you know, keep that going and let this slide, or do I let you know, do I let the channel slide? You know, where do I do that? Now, faster uploads means that I can get more up there, less tying up on the computer. Things will work better, so that can be done more. And like the streaming stuff, if I can stream on Twitch, I don't know if I can develop a, you know, people searching on Twitch for the live streams that will then find the channel and then will then watch more. Because I can sit down, if it works well, because I got to play test Hearts of Iron 4 for my mod. Hey guys, I could maybe live stream that. Doesn't mean I'm going to then save it all, you know, save a 3 or 4 hour live stream and cut it up and stick it on YouTube. But if it's, maybe I could, if it's easier to upload, you know, so some of my time that I'm, you know, doing other things, but that you may want to watch, but isn't a, you know, like I say, you know, a 4 hour modding live stream isn't playing necessarily the game for 4 hours. It's playing the game 4 times for an hour each, over, you know, because you go back and retest something with a brief interruption. So that may be good for the channel, so, but it's not necessarily getting involved in ongoing things. So that's just sort of letting you know. You guys can give me feedbacks on ideas, on things like that. This episode is turning into a longish one with some of the background. So any helpful ideas, that's sort of what I looking for to help grow the channel, and I think Twitch is a good additional source. I think another good thing is to bring in other games that are of a similar genre, like from Matrix, that I don't know how much that will grow the channel, but even just 10 people who are interested in these other games come and find and subscribe and periodically check out, help out the situation. So that's it. I want to again thank you all for watching. Thank you all for liking the videos. I do appreciate that. And of course, like I was saying, please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.